What's up, people? I got another news update for you, and this one is about WWE 2K15's gameplay. They dropped the trailer. It was yesterday, and they were talking about basically the new functions of the gameplay. I have mentioned to you guys before that to me it plays the most like a simulation, if you can never call a wrestling game that, but just the weight of the characters, the fatigue aspect, which Mark Little, who is the executive producer of the game, he talks about that in the trailer. These screenshots from that trailer, of course. It just feels more like human beings as opposed to characters just running around in a ring without, pretty much any weaknesses, so to speak. So I enjoyed that. I was a little nervous. I'm not sure if everybody else is going to like it, because some people don't necessarily want to play a wrestling game as a simulation. They just want to go superhero style, more or less. So I was going to be interested to see what the overall feedback from the community, as well as people, once all of the reviews start coming out. But I actually enjoyed that part, and it gets more dramatic throughout the match. So you see guys trying to climb to the top rope and laboring as they try to get up there, and that sort of thing. I didn't notice lifting moves for small guys over on big guys. I actually asked Mark Little this question in California at SummerSlam. I asked him, I said, man, okay, previously before, the game has professed to have weight detection, and it really did never have it. It never really had it. I mean, you could take, if you beat up Big Show enough, you could lift him up with Kofi Kingston. If you beat up Big Show enough, you could lift him up with Rey Mysterio or whatever. It would like kind of kick in at the beginning of the match, but throughout the match, it just wasn't consistent. So that's something that I'm hoping is in there this time. And when I asked him a question, I said, and this is almost verbatim the question that I asked him. I said, this year in the game, will little guys be able to slam and throw big guys? He said, why would they? So I said, okay, I feel you. So that was the question I asked him. So it's going to be, when I've played the game, now granted, now that I'm thinking, I don't think I ever really had that situation where I had like a little guy against a big guy. So I couldn't say for sure whether or not I've even been in the situation, but I did not see it that I recall any of that kind of stuff. So that's a good thing. As you can see, these graphics are just bananas, off the meter. You know what I mean? Just ridiculous. So what I can tell you is what you're looking at now is a little bit of the chain grappling, which is like a mini game at the beginning of each match. You're going through trying to get control of the beginning of the match. And if you watch the real wrestling match, it starts with collar and elbow tie-ups, test the strength, that kind of thing, and that's what dictates who has early control of the match. So they're trying to simulate that, which I think is a good thing, is an ambitious type of approach. What I'm not sure about is if it's going to get old and something people just wish they could thumb through. So that's my concern about that part of it, because you work the right stick to try to find the sweet spot, almost like if you've ever played a game like Thief, where when you're trying to like pick a lock and you're rotating the right stick, and when you're close to where it's supposed to be, the stick kind of rumbles a little bit and then pops and you unlock the lock. It has that type of a feel to it, almost like the submission game, too, so to speak, in EA Sports UFC, but not quite as much like that. But you get the idea. So it conceptually sounds great, but when I've used it, I thought it was cool maybe the first 4 or 5 times, and then afterwards I don't know if I liked it as much. But perhaps I wasn't playing a full version of it. So, I mean, it's not like a game ruiner or anything like that, but it is something that might be, I don't know. So I have to obviously take it through the paces with the full version, and then I can tell you guys for sure. Let's see, what else did they talk about? Being able to actually do bigger moves without going through the grapples. Like, you can actually walk up and with a combination of a directional move and a face button, go directly into a grappling move, which I think, and it might sound like it won't go over so smoothly, but it really does. And I that was something that I liked, because in some of the advanced matches against like the really good players, or somebody that's really good at reversals and stuff, you might find it hard to ever really pull off a big move, and to, the suplexes or throws and that sort of thing. And I think this whole thing helps bring some balance to that, in that whole nine. So people who don't like all of the reversals, though, I don't think there's anything here that's going to change that. If you got a guy who's just really good at reversals, then it's going to be difficult. Now, one thing that I like to do, and I don't know if you can do that on this one, but I'm pretty sure you probably can, I turn the reversal indicator off. Some guys who have great timing are just still going to be great at it, but it's harder when it doesn't give, to me, I think it's harder when you don't get that meter up there. So, man, like I said, the graphics look amazing. So that's pretty much all I have for this. But what I do want you guys to do is make sure that you tune in to my Twitch channel. You see the ID there at the bottom. Tune in on Monday night, like an hour or so after Raw, which is technically when the game is going to release in stores. I'll be doing a live stream the moment it releases. So it's midnight Eastern time, it's 11:01 Central time. I'll be doing a live stream, and I did a poll. I put a poll up. I'll put the poll in the description of this video, basically asking people what they want to see the most. So I kind of have different categories, like my career, creation suite, straight gameplay, 2K showcase. What do you want to see the most in this live stream? And I'll cater the coverage accordingly. And I'm also going to cater my YouTube release day coverage accordingly. So be sure to chime in on that. Let me know. If you're not already aware, every Monday night, which this is going to be a part of that, I do a Raw recap. This time, it's going to be super awesome, because I'll be able to do the Raw recap as well as show off the brand new game. How awesome is that, right? It's pretty dope, right? So you guys make sure you tune in for that, and I appreciate you watching. Subscribe, follow, peace.